And joining in studio now is an old friend of the program, Roger Schlesinger. He's known in many circles as the Mortgage Minute Guy. Roger, always great to see you.
Good to see you, Don.
Now, we had a conversation before going on the air where you said you want to talk about reverse mortgages. And I know that's a hot topic right now, so I'm going to give you the floor. Tell us about reverse mortgages.
Well, the interesting thing about reverse mortgages is that they started in the 80s. A lot of people think they started last week. We've had a long history of them. And when they started, they were rather gnarly, and they had some things in it that shouldn't have been in there, and they're now gone. But the interesting thing that I find, the very most interesting thing, is that these things, the reverse mortgage, was set up for people who needed help financially, who didn't set up for their retirement right, or maybe had some bad luck along the way, and all of a sudden retirement is around the corner and they don't know what to do. So the government came up with an idea of paying for your mortgage that you have now, or if you don't have a mortgage but you don't have any money, are giving you a mortgage. And the good thing about it is, if you're 62 years of age or older and you own a house, that doesn't mean it's free and clear. You just own a house, and there's enough equity in there to take your age and the equity you have and figure out a mortgage. They will do it. They will give you the mortgage, pay off your old mortgage, and you will not make a payment until you go out feet first or walking. That's it. There's no time limit or anything else about it. So if you're 62 and you think you're going to make it to 124, you can make it to 124 and you'll never make a payment on that house. So that's the good thing. The bad thing is, everybody who wants to do something with seniors tells you a story on how terrible reverse mortgages are. So the poor people, the people who are not maybe as lucky or as sophisticated as some of the people who are up there in wages and in life, fall for it. And I can give you 10 or 15 different things that they'll tell them.
Now, do you think it's just a syndrome that people like you say that are in a lower income class are just maybe a little more suspicious of anything that comes down the pike from the government, because they get hammered every time?
They do, but this one, they're more than suspicious. I mean, I've had people send me newspapers and books and all kinds of things with just one little lie in it, or two little lies in it, and then they finally say, no, I can't do this. It's just not good.
Well, let's do a few questions here. Questions that people may have about reverse mortgages. Let's say I'm 62 and older, and I decide I'm going to go with a reverse mortgage. Mm-hmm. Can I ever lose my house? Will it ever make me move out of my house?
No, they'll never make you. But here's the good thing. I can show you how you're going to almost double your house.
Okay.
And the reason is you're not making a payment. So when you get out there, there's no payment to make. You do have to pay your property tax and your fire insurance. That's the only payments you have to make. There's nothing that you can lose your house on because you didn't qualify with anything. No credit checks. I mean, we'll run the credit to just make sure you're not in bankruptcy or something like that. But other than that, nothing there. No earnings. But you do have to have a few dollars to pay to make sure that they don't have to pay your property tax and your.
Well, property tax and fire insurance has nothing to do with the mortgage.
Nothing whatsoever. But here's the way you do it. If you're really smart about it, you're not going to make a payment. That's great. What's going to happen is the interest on the new mortgage, which is around 5 to 6%. At our best rates, and that will accrue year after year after year. Mm-hmm. So let's say you're there for 10 years and you have a $200,000 mortgage, so that's $10,000. In 10 years you owe $100,000 more plus a little additional interest, because there is interest on interest. And when you sell, when you're ready to go, you can sell it, you can give it to your heirs, or let's say the house went down, you can walk away. Here's the keys, have fun. But here's what you need to do to really have fun with it, is instead of making the payment to the people because they don't want it, the FHA does not want your payment, pay yourself, put it in the bank.
Interesting.
When in 10 years are gone, you have your whole payment there, which you don't have if you're making your payment. And if your house goes down, you walk away and you don't lose a penny, as opposed to having to come up with the shortfall. And if it goes up in value, you get that too. So there's no losing, there's only winning. And the rich people have figured that out. So they go ahead and make that payment as much as they want and keep going. And when they sell, their house went up, they get some there, and they get all their payment back.
Or, you know, we've seen celebrities like the late Fred Thompson, Alex Trebek on TV talking about reverse mortgages, and they're talking about access to cash from your mortgage. Now, tell us about that.
Well, when you have go in for a reverse mortgage, like I'm doing this afternoon, a woman who works as a nurse doesn't make enough money, but she doesn't owe anything on her house, but she has no cash. So I said, well, I can probably, based on what your figures are, probably $200,000 or $300,000 that we will give you. Now, I got her from an annuity salesman, and he said to her, we'll get you the cash, and then you can put it in an annuity, which is guaranteed, and now you got cash coming,
Perfect.
and it's a wonderful thing.
We're just about out of time, Roger, but if people want more information from you about reverse mortgages, what can they do?
Call us at 866-288-0088 or go to mortgageminuteguy.com.
Mortgage Minute Guy, the Mortgage Minute Guy website again is mortgageminuteguy.com. Roger did our mortgage. I wouldn't go anywhere else. Roger, thanks so much.
Thank you, Don.